All of this just works.
I never thought I'd ever have to say this in my life in a camera, but do not do what we're about to do. Do not. With the things that we're going to be doing in the next couple of months is incredibly unwise, especially if you have no experience, okay? We are hacker level hikers.
Yeah, PewDiePie level hikers.
Yeah, you're noob level hikers. We're God level through hike backpacking masters. I grew up in the desert. I crawled out of the sand hand by hand like Sandman from Spider-Man. Like I'm Sandman from Spider. We're like the Fremen, okay? We grew up out here in the desert. We know how to do this. Nobody can do it like us. You guys, you're like the Harkonnens, okay? You're the Harkonnens. You just showed up here. You don't know what you're doing. You're gonna die out here in the desert.
Fat and pale.
Yeah, and you're fat and pale. I know the kind of guys who play this video game. fat, pale, and bathe in oil. Sores all over your face. All right? I'm built different. As you can tell, we are not in the Mojave Desert. This is the Great Basin Desert. You can tell because of the dirt, it's different. This is just an initial trip to test out our video cameras and our recording stuff. This suit was not made for the outdoors. That I know. We have a very special announcement to make. We walked all the way out here into the Great Basin Desert to let you know that we've been working on something for the past, I want to say, 11 months. We all saw that funny meme of the guy saying, "I'm gonna go for a walk," and then it's the path of the mailman from Fallout New Vegas. Well, we've been hard at work trying to figure out how to make that a reality. So this is how it's gonna happen. My goal is to create a trail that mirrors the Courier in Fallout New Vegas. Now, there's a couple issues with this. Number one, as far as I know, nobody's ever walked the whole thing before. Number two, it's really long and it's in the desert. Right now, as you can tell, we're not in the Mojave Desert, we're out in the Great Basin. This is part of one of our training routes that we've been doing, getting ready for this hike. Part of me is I want to create a GIS trail to map out all the locations, all the areas. Now this is going to take more than one trip to do. I guess also to add real quick is I know I've seen other people show interest in doing a similar type of trip, and to that I say, go right ahead. I'm not trying to steal anybody's thunder doing this. I've just seen a lot of people talk about it and I really wanted to try it out. This is what I live for. I love being out here in the desert, hiking, discovering new stuff, and I thought I would document it for posterity if this trip leaves me able-bodied by the end. The goal of our first trip out to Las Vegas, which will be done later in the fall, will be to see if it can actually be done. And so really what it is we're gonna do a trial run that's going to be about 100 miles in 5 days. So that's 20 miles a day. If you're an experienced backpacker or a thru hiker, That's about the upper limit of what you want to be walking in one day. 20 miles may not seem like a lot. It's about a half-an-hour drive, but walking that is going to take basically all day. The route we're going to take in this first trip will be from Good Springs to Prim, from Prim to Nipton, and then through the McCullough Range into the El Dorado dry lake bed. The reason we chose to go through the McCullough Range is because in the game, that's the path the courier is going to take to get into Las Vegas as he's chasing Benny. The issue is Novak, one of the towns that you go through in that area, doesn't exist, or at least it's not placed there. There is a dinosaur motel, but it's out in California. The road that Novak should be on doesn't exist, and what it does is it goes through the McCullough Range. And so I wanted to be lore accurate and go through that way. It also skips going through Searchlight, which would add 50 miles to the trip, which I didn't want to do on the first run. Then from the El Dorado dry lake bed, we'll go through the Railroad Pass, which in the game will be the 188 rest stop, into Las Vegas, into the Strip, and that's where we will end, near the old Mormon fort, and then up into the old part of the Strip where the giant Space Needle is. Why we have chosen to do a smaller route is for a couple of reasons. Number one, the first trip that we're going to do is more of a trial run to see if it can actually be done. This has never really been done before on foot, as far as I know, so there's going to be a lot of unknown issues and challenges ahead that I want to document before creating a more comprehensive and longer trip. The other reason is it was really hard for all of us to get off work. It's hard to explain to your employer that we need a week off to wander around in the desert because there's a video game that we really like. And so I've already gotten the work off. We're ready to go. Again, this is something I really don't recommend people attempt unless you are an experienced thru hiker. I want to do a second run and establish a more thorough, open route where we can explore more of the Las Vegas area. This includes the Hoover Dam, Lake Las Vegas, which is over by Camp Golf in the game, more parts of downtown, more thorough, comprehensive exploration of real-life locations in the video game. And then create a open source trail using GIS that other people can use to explore if they want to attempt this later on. Again, I really don't recommend doing something like this unless you are experienced. This isn't easy. This is a really silly idea. This is sponsored. Thank you to our sponsor, Las Vegas Department of Tourism. Their motto, please come visit us. Please visit us. Look, we're not gonna rug pull you. We're dead serious about doing this trip. We already got the time off, okay? So it is happening. This isn't like hyping you up for nothing. Although that does sound like the Bethesda way. Nah, I'm just joking. We love Todd. We love you, Todd. Todd. I'm Todd's strongest soldier. There's gonna be about 4 of us on this trip. 3 of us will be walking, and then 1 of us will be there for support. Again, hopefully this is something you could do without support, but again, we don't really know what we're getting into, if we're gonna be honest, and I just wanna be safe. Guys, this is not fun. This is not a fun thing we're doing. If at any point you guys think, oh, this is a really fun thing, this looks so fun, I wish I was doing this. No, you don't. You do not wish I would not wish this trip on my worst enemy. The only reason we're doing it is because we already got the time off. We just walked up on something. Whoa! Look at that. That was a big heifer. No, them's real bones. That was a big old heifer. They've been out here for years. Look how dry they are. I don't see any skull though. Someone might have already taken the skulls. Look, we got a piece of the spine.
Bro,
Got the femur.
a dog would kill for this thing.
Dude, yeah, a cartoonishly large dog would kill for that bone right there. Look at that. I want you to check this out. You see how this part of the dirt looks much darker? That's the crust. That's a biofilm. You don't bust the crust. That takes years to grow, and it's important to stop like erosion and keep the habitat all good. You're out here in the desert, you don't step on that crust. Don't bust the crust, okay? I see any of you boogers out there busting the crust. Ooh, I'm gonna get mad. We don't like crust busters out here. You think this is safe to drink out of? One issue that I'm afraid we're gonna run into is that the town of Nipton was taken over. I'm not joking. The town of Nipton was taken over and purchased by like this weird sexual circus thing. I'm not sure what it is. No judgment, good for them. But I haven't found a way to contact them. It's technically private land. And so hopefully I could figure out a way to get a hold of the people who own the town of Nipton so that we could check it out a bit more. But yeah, there's literally like a circus company that bought the entire town of Nipton. There's like no services there or anything. Like everything's closed. And so I'm really interested to see what's going on out there. So look at this hole. This is huge. What do you think's in here? What do you think? You see anything?